Now, in addition to manipulating the view of the scene, that is navigation in the SketchUp, we can also manipulate the character of the scene. We have two options under the view tab through which we can do it, that is edges and faces. So if we can see this is in this 3D model, we have some edges and faces to which we can manipulate with this the tools we have in SketchUp. First, let's try with face style. So we have certain options in there, so we will try one by one. Let's start with wireframe. When we click wireframe, look how model changes to this. It just shows the edges of the model we have. And then if we click with the hidden lines, look how it just shows the lines, edges that is in front of us, and also the faces we have. Next we will go to try the other option, that is shaded. When we click this option, look how the model shows us the color of the surfaces we have, but it doesn't shows the textures we have, the details we have in this model. So it is quite easy to understand what are the differentiate the surfaces we have in SketchUp. So this is like this. Okay, so the next option is shaded with textures. After clicking it, we can see how the details we get in our SketchUp model. So we have textures that are already provided in the model, like this wooden texture is there, and the glass texture and the tiles texture that we have in this swimming pool. So in this, under this option, you can see the texture, detailed texture of the faces. And when we click to the monochrome, it does directly converts the file, converts the view into a proper single color, that is white, and it properly shows what are the faces we have. Like earlier, this water layer was not visible, like we can see again, this is it was not visible, we had to look from below. So when we click on this monochrome, we can see there is a surface here which was not visible in the before textures, texture options. And there is another option in face style that we can manipulate and look our model in a better way, like this X-ray command, X-ray tool. So you can see here when I click X-ray, how I can see the back edges of the model, which I was not able to see, and it can be manipulated with a number of options. Like when I click wireframe, it doesn't work with wireframe though. When I click shaded, look, we have retained the color of the surfaces, as well as we can look behind. So it is quite easy to visualize what are the faces that we can't see, but they are still there. So it is quite helpful when we design in 3D, and even it works with texture with shaded. So yeah, like you can see this glass, the upper rail of the glass, as well as these lines, this you can we can't see if it is not X-ray, like this. So it will be quite helpful for us to use X-ray when it is required. Now let's jump on to the edges style. When we come to the edges, we can see number of options are there: edges, back edges, profiles, depth, Q, and extension. Let's start with the back edges. When we click on the back edges, we can see it reveals the hidden lines that are back side of the faces that are in the front. So it helps us what are the things that are behind that earlier that we have seen in the X-ray, but it shows that thing in a dotted line that is more user friendly way. So it helps us to visualize in a better manner that the things are hidden in with the faces that are in front. And the next option is profile. What it does the outer lining of the components we have, like also the edges, the thickness of the edges. Like you can see the outer boundary, it makes the outer boundary of every surface is more thick. Like you can see here, even like the edges of the sidewalks as well as the building boundaries. And this help us to differentiate the components, the different materials, the different surfaces we have. And the next option is the depth cue. What it actually does, it gives the depths in the every surfaces that are closer to the camera. It makes lines more thicker, and the surfaces that are far away from the camera, it makes those lines more thinner. Like if I switch off the back edges, okay, so it gives depth to the each line respective to the camera in front of us, so it helps us to visualize more properly. And in extension, we can see there is what I can say, overdrawing at the edges, at the corners of each what I can say, each corners. It basically it gives an idea where are the corners and vertices lie, and it helps us to visualize better. Like let me switch off the depth cue. Now we can see better. Look how it is overdrawn, like the line is drawn past from to the point that it was subjected to. So it helps us visualize properly. These things we can see in architectural drawings and other drawings, which are more helpful, like the guidelines are. So yeah, so these are options like face style and edge style helps us to change the character of the scene, and it helps us to produce the data we required for the presentation, to make our presentation more better, and it helps us overall. And yeah. So let's jump on to the next chapter,